Hello, everybody. This is Captain Kenny Kramer with Texas Fishing Tips. This is your weekly fishing report. Coming out of Con Brown, you need to look at the how the tide is when you leave the dock. If it's higher, you can get back up here in these flats. There's been redfish all back here behind these islands, all the way down the ICW. Just keep on coming down any of those islands. Back over here behind Trailer, all back here behind. Shellbank and Trailer, all the way, all these little islands in this back. Those redfish are starting to get up skinny. But you're just gonna have to read the tides if you can, know what kind of boat you got, how shallow you can get. But all in here, it's been redfish. I've been using a 6/0 circle hook, a 1/2 ounce weight with Carolina rig, with cut mullet or jumbo dead shrimp. Has been working really well. Some days, if they're picky, you might have to peel the shrimp to get them to eat, but there's been reds and black drum all the way through all in here. You can also hit all this little chain of islands all the way through here, all the way up to Corpus Christi Bayou. If the water is super low, you can look for guts, the outsides of these channels on the channel edges, all the way back around. If you find yourself back up towards Port Aransas, all along these little docks right in here, the old McDermott docks, there's been sheep's head have finally started coming in, got some size to them. Been using live shrimp with the 3/0 kill hook. Been free lining it. If the water is got a current to it, you might have to use weight accordingly. I've even had to use up to 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce weight, just kind of toss it in there and kind of try to keep it off the bottom. You're going to get hung up. There's all kinds of structure and rocks and stuff. Get done there, and it's a calm, pretty day. You can run out here to the jetties, run out here to the north and the south. I mean, there's been lots of sheep's head and done really well. Got good size to them. A lot of 17s. Even caught a few pompano, and some nice oversized trout. Was free lining. Put a little fluorocarbon leader about 1.5 foot, 2 foot long, tied onto my braid, and just kind of threw it up on the rocks and just kind of let the current do its thing. Seemed to work very well. If you're running north, all the super flat area along that right there where it starts getting pretty skinny, all in there. I've been sand pocketing it, throwing in the sand pockets with large jumbo shrimp on a Carolina rig, and also cut mullet. Been working my way all the way through Blind Pass and coming all the way up into the Allen Bight area, all back in here. It's been good slot reds and black drum. Fishing has been on and off, but it's been good. It's just you might have a few days with this full moon that the fish don't want to eat, but you get to a spot, you don't get nothing, 15, 20 minutes, move on. If you can locate the schools, a lot of bait, I'd fish those areas. But early in the morning when the wind is not so strong, just fish those schools. Be the best advice I have. If you're out on the water and you notice it's a really low tide day, you can run back into Island Moorings, come down this Piper Channel, come all the way back into these houses and fish these piers all the way down to this corner and all the way back down to this other corner. It's been really good in here. A lot of people caught a lot of good reds and black drum back in here this past week. Been pretty good fishing, very productive. You can also come out here, come around the Point of Mustang, get back over here in the East Flats, this whole East Flats area, this whole flat, if there's enough water to get in there. There's been good fishing for years back in here. Pothole it, look for schools, large jumbo shrimp again, cut mullet has been the ticket. You can also come in if it's a low tide and fish this flato, fish these edges right in here. There's a little flat right in there. Gets pretty skinny, but kind of nose up in there. Throw back into that flat. There's plenty of reds all back in here, all the way to the back. Find yourself back in the Portland Ingleside area, you can come on down, get all on these little flats right here by these edges, fish all back up in here, cut mullet. It's kind of getting the time of year to maybe start using some pin perch, cut the tail, fins, toss them up in there. Free lining works really well, or you can put a little weight to them, throw them back up in there. Depends on how windy it is that day. But just work these whole shorelines all the way down. Both sides, you can come and work both sides of them. Get done there, you can come out here into Corpus Christi Bay and just look for wells. Just go from well to well to well. Been using live shrimp, free lined, 3-aught Kail hook. Starting to be some trout show up. You catch sheep's head, black drum, or redfish. But just bounce around. If you're not getting nothing, go to the other side of the well, check it. Not getting nothing, move on to the next well. It's been very productive, and just be careful. You don't go out there on a high wind day because it does get pretty rough out here. Until next week, thank you very much.